Bloodborne is very pretty.
Bloodborne is pretty. I like the way the capes flow in it, even though they do flow in this one too. So, Levi, what do you know about the first sin?
That is honestly gibberish to me, Scholar of the First Sin.
So you'd say you're not a scholar of it?
I'm not even a student.
What would you guess the first sin is?
It's eating the apple, right?
Yes, it is.
So does this have something to do with like a golden apple?
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Is this...
I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with the first flame and like the curse of the undead. So what do you think it is?
Maybe in a dream.
Just make, what if you had to come up with the story of the first sin of Dark Souls.
So, alright. So the first sin is that, what's the main bad guys? No, the main boss in this game?
It wasn't a Chandra, but in this version it's Aldea.
Oh, no, I was actually thinking of the first Dark Souls.
Oh, Lord Gwyn?
Yeah. So Lord Gwyn goes on a camping trip, and he starts a bonfire, because bonfires are important.
Would you say the bonfire he started was the first bonfire?
I'm sure he had started ones before that, but this is the first one that really mattered.
Okay.
And then there was a baby.
You're tying that into this cutscene.
And there's the swamp thing.
That's the GameStar Swamp Thing. You did kind of start out as a Swamp Thing. Anyway, so the reason you're here, Levi, you've never played this game, correct? We've never met before, have we, sir?
Nothing up my sleeves.
Pick a card. Also, your wife's face is wax, apparently.
My experience with the Dark Souls series is I've played the first one for a few hours, and I've watched you play it extensively, and that is it.
Well, the reason you're here was this is Scholar of the First Sin. It's like it's a re-release of Dark Souls 2.
Right.
It includes all the DLC, a $30 value, and some slight graphical upgrades. It will never look as good as the live video they made. I don't know if I've ever showed that to you.
I've seen it, yeah.
Where it was this beautiful, breathtaking masterpiece. Bob Ross's ghost appeared and wept one tear at how beautiful that fake Dark Souls 2 footage was. But they remixed the game, and I've actually played through it. I haven't finished all the DLC, but I've played through the main story, and it's substantially mixed up. I'll try to point out parts that are mixed up if I think about it.
So this is essentially like Dark Souls 2 Definitive Edition.
Yeah. But the reason I needed you here, the reason you're hostage in my house right now...
The reason I'm chained to this couch.
Yeah, is that I was like, well, this came out, I'll do a playthrough of it because I can't get Garrett and Tommy to come over with Tommy's PS4 and do more Bloodborne.
Well, they're ghosts.
Yeah. I can't summon Tommy through the spheres, and so I'll play through this, but I realized it would be boring and dumb because I don't know if you've watched the previous Tenfei Dark Souls 2 playthroughs, Standard Issue Explorer and The Deprived, but I have a tendency to get mad at this game because it's not as good as Dark Souls 1,
right? Because
it was made by the B Team and it's a direct-to-DVD shit-out sequel. But so the reason you're here is to provide a counterpoint and try to make me less angry. So I need you to be in your best one psychology class at community college, amateur psychiatrist. Therapist trying to keep me from being angry.
I can do that. All right, first off, that is not to say anything bad about the B Team at From Software, because if you didn't know, B Teams can actually do a lot of good. Did you know the B Team at Disney did Lion King?
Oh shit! What was the A Team doing other than souping up a van and a lawnmower to fight criminals?
What were they doing? I think they were maybe some of the animators were working on Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Which isn't a Disney movie, but...
I think it is. Is it?
Because I know Mickey's in it, but there's that whole thing with Mickey and Bugs, they're in it, but they
got the rights to put them in there because they literally had to have exactly equal footage of Bugs and Mickey. You ever seen the one frame of Mickey flipping off Bugs?
Yes. But yeah, so I learned that the other day. I was reading something about Lion King, and it was essentially the B Team animators did Lion King, and they also did it across continents. One of the And it's really cool.
One guy was in Africa describing lions on the phone.
It's really cool. Like, they showed a certain scene with, like, child Simba, like, bothering Scar. And Scar's, like, laying on the ground. And the animator for Scar was in California. The animator for Simba was in Florida. And then
Korea.
Jeremy Irons, the voice of Scar? He was in London, like, recording his lines.
There was a guy in Africa, and he picked up a phone, and he's like, "Hey, Walt, it's your cousin, Marvin. Marvin Disney. You know that animal you wanted to base a movie on? Well, listen to this." And he just held it up to a lion and got eaten.
And he held it up to a...
Let's start off. Already, I'm mad at the game.
Okay.
And I'm going to explain to you why. Now,
alright, can I guess why?
Yeah.
Alright, you're mad at the game because you don't start with any equipment?
No, that's actually the opposite. Okay. You saw that opening cutscene where this guy was wandering around and he was losing his memories, and he had a memory of a baby and his wife face melted.
Is this the Swamp Thing guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the problem, is that in every other Souls game, including Bloodborne, you hit new game, the first thing that pops up is make your character. And when the gameplay starts, you're that character.
Right.
Dark Souls 2... You're supposed to be that person in the opening cutscene. So they've, like, established some character. And you can take off, because they put this gear on you to be like, oh, you can't see yourself until you make your character when you get ahead.
Which would
you
be
can just take this off, and you're just this guy. This bald-headed mummy.
Like, I think it would be acceptable if you just couldn't take off all the stuff.
Yeah, it would be alright, I guess, but it's just, it's a little petty thing that aggravates me, but that's okay. You know,
it reminds me of
angry.
Some other game. I agree with you. I don't like when you start a game and you either start a game and you're a different character from your main character, or I hate. This is a thing that happens, and even one of my favorite games of recent memory, Blood Dragon, does this, where you start a game super powerful and then you like lose all of your stuff.
The Metroid effect.
Yeah, right. And I mean, at least like I appreciate when games like. I don't understand why they do it, but like I appreciate when games at least come up with an excuse for it. But unlike Metroid,
yeah. Well, in Metroid, Samus slips on a banana peel and hits her head on a door frame and forgets how to equip the grapple beam or something. Then Ridley shows up and he's like, "I'm gonna make you squeal." All right. I've shown you some of the extra stuff you can grab here at the beginning.
Okay.
You can come back here later, which is advisable because this big fucking hippo thing will murder you right now. As you can see, not only is my HP bar tiny, but it's at half capacity.
Is that normal?
Yeah, because I'm fully hollowed.
Gotcha.
But he's just guarding a gold pine resin, which is a one-time use item that puts lightning on your weapon temporarily, which is useful, but I don't really need it right now. Enough to go get murdered by him.
Okay. I don't think I've ever been in a Dark Souls 2 video with you.
No, I don't. I've never done a Dark Souls 2 video with another person.
Really?
I don't think so.
I feel so special. Full disclosure, I've watched quite a bit of your Dark Souls videos. I watched, I think, one run of your Dark Souls 2, but I was turned off of the videos for the same reason you're turned off of the game. Like, you don't like the game, and so it makes it less fun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like it as much as the first one,
right,
or Demon Souls, and a lot of it aggravates me. But I played Dark Souls 2, just vanilla, just on PC for about 225 hours.
Right.
And I had it on PS3 when it came out, and I played that for like probably close to 100.
Yeah.
And Scholar of the First Sin I've played for close to 40 already.
And it's only been out a couple weeks, right?
Yeah. So it's not like I don't play it. It's just little things about it aggravate me so much.
Right.
So...
Well, and I think that's a testament to how much you love the series.
Yeah.
If you were a casual player of the series, then you probably wouldn't care.
Of course, from a little bit I've played of it, I like Bloodborne, but that didn't stop me from bitching nonstop at the director, Miyazaki.
That game will fuck you hard.
That game's a time.
Yeah. It's very fun to watch because it's very fast-paced. But, yeah, it looks like a fucking time.
So these old ladies are former firekeepers. I know that doesn't mean anything to you. They're like from like insertion in the game because they have this stupid opening cutscene where they just tell you you're going to die a lot. All right, we have to name our guy. Unfortunately, because it's on PC, I can't get a pad. I'm using a controller. I got to get up and walk over to my keyboard. I already know what character I'm going to make because you're here.
Is it a cat?
If I could make a cat.
Levi
the Bold.
I like it. You're just gonna immediately run me off a cliff, aren't you?
The main reason I'm going to base my character on you is that whenever anything bad happens, I can blame you in real life because you're sitting next to me.
Fair enough.
So,
one thing I really liked in Bloodborne is that you can make your eyes 2 different colors.
heterochroma,
That's
son.
the best feature in any
Or
game.
heterochroma.
Heterochroma.
It's the best thing to have when you're a half demon, half librarian.
Yeah.
And you're burly.
Burly. It's an effigy.
A human effigy.
It doesn't look very human, if I'm honest.
Well, it's got a slight human shape.
How do you think you make those?
It's like weaving, right?
Yeah, it looks like it, but it looks like it's all one piece.
It's like a
it grew that way.
tumbleweed.
Yeah.
You ever been somewhere where there were tumbleweeds?
I don't think so.
So this is you, Levi. This is what you look like.
That looks pretty good.
All right, let's make him more like you. What gender would you say you are? Or are you transgender fluid?
Can I get like an arrow in between the two?
Oh, some games do that. Your build.
Can we make me super? Yeah, like just huge.
You're not that big. You're
I'm
not,
somewhere in the.
Yeah,
like,
because you're not as big as me.
all right, you can make me the big one, but don't give me the tiny head.
You're like, hey guys, I'm Levi.
Yeah,
We'll make you
like that top
next to
that one.
big.
Yeah, next to big.
Are you ripped?
Oh my god, I wish.
So do you want Levi the Bold to be ripped?
No, I feel like he should be normal. He's got to have some sort of like.
All right.
That's
We're gonna start with
God.
this face.
Homeland. It's a good show.
There's actually a hair that's your hair.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Just gotta make it darker.
Yeah, that's right. What color? You're like a dark brown, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's a little too light. Can you adjust it? Like, can you?
yeah, I
choose
can.
that one
I
and
can
then-
manually adjust it, but that's a pain in the ass. So we're just gonna use this one.
All right, that's good.
Because there's no. Well, that's darker. Yeah, we'll use this one.
Yeah, that's good.
Because if I pick one of those, then all the other things I pick will default to that.
Gotcha.
Look, take your glasses
I
off.
have pretty thick eyebrows.
I'm going to character create you like one of my French girls. God, I can't stop coughing. Oh, in case anyone's wondering why there hasn't been any Tenfei videos for like 2 weeks, it's because I've been sick and I'm still coughing.
Yeah.
Would you say these are your eyebrows?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I have thick eyebrows.
You're like, Dakashe. Okay,
I have-
this is the. I mean, you have a full beard.
Yeah,
and
there's
so
not
this
a whole
is
lot of options.
yours isn't as scraggly as that. It's like
It's higher up on the cheeks.
it's more Kemp, but this
Yeah.
is about as close as we can make.
I judge games that have character creators based on their beard and tattoo selections.
We'll give you a sweet tat after we do some other
Sweet.
shit. Let's do your color.
Hormones?
You're darker.
I'm relatively tan. Yeah, maybe not.
You're not a bronze god.
No. Somewhere in that area is pretty good.
Yeah. What color are your eyes?
Hazel, which is like a light blue-green.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Uh,
Like, go up, up, up. Like, good lord, that's terrifying. All
we
right.
could darken that a little bit.
Yeah.
Is it more blue than that?
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood. That's pretty...
Take your glasses off. Look at me. Open your eyes. You don't. Why are you making that face? I can't make him make that face.
Yeah. My eyes are hazel, which is like a speckled blue, green, brown. My eyes actually change color in the light.
God damn, you're a fucking Mary Sue. You're like, my eyes change color based on the spirits of the moon.
Based on, based on the houses of Mars.
I'm looking at you in profile, so I can make this guy look like you. He's... Okay. God, I wish I didn't have to cough right now. Your nose isn't that big.
No. I have a relatively... nose protrusion. I don't even see anything changing.
It's less protruding. It doesn't put itself in conversations it doesn't need to be in.
Oh, I see. It's like jumping. Like, it's not like smoothly transitioning.
You're not Cyrano de Bolognese or whatever his name was.
Bergerac?
Is that his name?
Yeah. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that.
That actually looks surprisingly like you.
Like, if the beard was more correct, that would be pretty close.
If any of y'all ever wonder what Levi looks like,
Here
looks
he is.
like this.
Yeah.
He looks like a man. All right, do you want a sweet tat? You can only get them on your face.
That's fine.
So
It's
these
gonna
are,
happen, I guess.
let's change the color because it's hard to see that default one. I'm going to start it at just blood red.
Just so
and
you can see it.
So you got this swirly thing, and we can move it all around.
Oh, okay, cool.
This Celtic thing. All of them just basically look Celtic, except a couple of them.
The set the animals, basically. Is that just a black dot? Like a Treasure
you
Island?
can get a big-ass black dot. You can have a fucking horse, a Mustang.
Is that all of them?
Some sort of phoenix, some sort of dragon, and then just these shaped. Yeah, these are your choices.
Alright, can you put... Alright, the go down and left. Can you put that just, like, in the middle of my forehead?
Yeah.
Like, try to maybe make it so, like... Oh, you can't, literally can just slide it around.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, line it up with my nose, and then make it so, like, the bottom of the thing is, like, coming down between my eyebrows.
We can make it bigger, too, and change the color. Do you want it bigger than that?
You're
gonna be Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
I don't know this shit.
Yes, let's see what it looks like when we make it bigger.
Maximum tattoo power! Oh, you're the ultimate warrior!
It's like so pixelated.
You're a tattooed teenage alien fighter from Beverly Hills. Okay.
Alright.
You want a little
That's
bit,
pretty good.
So right here?
Yeah.
We can change the angle of it. Nah, you want it between your eyes.
Yeah,
though.
make it... I'm all about
Do you want it darker? Like, less... You want it more opaque, basically?
Yeah, that's good.
Alright, and what color would you like?
You think a dark color so it's not super obvious? Yeah, dark blue, that's pretty cool.
Because you're a Duke fan?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go get this done tonight.
Do you just want it to be that blue, or do you want to adjust it?
Oh, can you... Oh.
We can manually adjust it.
Make it a little bit bluer.
Could be a might bit bluer.
Yeah.
That's right, smart blue, but she can spin be might bit blue. That's
interesting.
You don't... I mean, you have tats, sweet tats all over your body, but...
I do.
This guy has them on his face.
That's the only one he has to. That's a bold choice for your first tattoo.
So your class, I want to do the point of this playthrough is it's not going to be gimmicky like my other ones. Like it's going to be a regulation by the books Dark Souls 2 playthrough.
Okay.
Levi. I don't want none of your antics.
So
I'm probably just going to make you a warrior because they can use the most weapons right at the start.
That's fine. Before you select it, can you scroll down and show me in the cleric robes again? God, that's sweet.
Well, I would make you a cleric. Do you want?
No, you can make whatever. I just wanted to see.
Your Levi's a bold.
Yeah. Plus, I feel like the tattoo I have makes sense for the warrior.
Well, the first thing we're gonna do is take that stupid fucking bucket helmet off. I hate that guy.
It looks like a football helmet in like a cartoon.
Warrior's the only class that starts with a shield, but they also are the only one that starts with a broken weapon.
Well, that's a shame.
Your gift. The smart thing would be healing wares. You start with a bunch of healing items, or we could fucking go all out on luck and start with a petrified something and get a random item. Like potentially a weapon or potentially something useless.
Okay, so you know what all of the other things do, and then petrified something literally just gives you a random
There's a bird
thing.
nest in the opening area. You drop round items in, and they give you random items. The crows do, and the petrified something gives you the highest possible chance of getting a good item.
I say we fucking roll the dice.
Let's do it. I don't. Need
I'm
no
bold.
I don't need. Yeah, that's right. I don't need no goddamn healing wares. Why don't I get a manservant to wipe my ass for me? Is this your true self, Levi?
Yes. This is my inner self.
I wish the fucking Paragon and Renegade options for Mass Effect came out right then, and I could just make Levi punch her right in the face. She's like, all people come for the same reason, and he's like, is it to punch you in the fucking face? Bro, deal with it. You can actually immediately murder all these ladies if you want to.
I mean, is there any benefit to not?
Yeah, one of them, you can read spec all your levels when you find certain items. And there's a younger one there. If you kill all the ogres in the starting area, she'll give you a soup ladle that you can use as a weapon.
Does it matter, or is it like a joke weapon?
It is. If you spec it a certain way, it can do damage, but other than that, it's just a gimmicky way. I think the description is even like, are you equipping this?
So it's not like the Magic Harp of Dark Souls weapons? Like, you don't, like, really put your time in, and then it turns into a fucking broadsword? When I was watching your Bloodborne playthroughs, I'm on episode like 6 or 7, and then you still have the like hacksaw thing, and then the threaded cane.
Jim Duggan.
And then I accidentally skip to like your newest episode, and you just have this huge fucking Cloud Strife sword.
Son, Ludwig's holy great sword. It's a small sword, but the scabbard for it is a bigger sword you can put it in. All right. So Levi the Bold here. First thing we're going to do is take this fucking standard helm off his head. There we go.
He's terrifying anyway.
Is it like looking into a mirror
It
right
really
now?
is.
All right.
Those eyes actually turned out pretty good. They look better than they did in the character creation.
I actually like the warrior starting gear. It has a very warrior-esque look to it.
Have you done a standard issue warrior in this?
Nah, the only things I've done are Explorer and Deprived.
Is it because the warrior is basically like a vanilla run, and so you just didn't think it would be...
No, you'd have to play through the whole game with this broken sword, so it could potentially be pretty fucking difficult. There's a way to spec this broken sword as well to make it good, but I wouldn't be able to do it till late in the game. So.
Gotcha.
First of all, Hold on, I'm doing it wrong. I gotta fuck this wagon. Levi the fucking Bold.
This is like my Bronson Khajiit character in Skyrim.
Yeah. He's like, come out to me, brother. Oh, yeah. Alright. So yeah, this is going to be, I'm just going to play through the game. I'm not going to do any gimmicky
bullshit.
Yeah. I might cheese a boss or two, but that's just, it's working as intended.
I assume as a warrior, if you're playing through a warrior, which is probably the recommended way to play these games for the first time, you would think?
Warrior's a pretty good starting class in this game.
It seems like it's kind of it's the Mario of classes. Like, it's pretty good all around.
In Dark Souls 1, it's fucking great. It's like,
that's what you told me to start as in Dark Souls 1.
Yeah, it's not like super pro, because you can't min-max your build or whatever stupid bullshit that people on the internet worry about. But you can, I mean, it's just, you start being able to equip a lot of different weapons and stuff.
Yeah. And it probably has some of the better starting equipment.
The class that would probably let you cheese the early game easier would be Sorcerer, if you knew what you were doing, because magic is really good, and at the beginning of the game, it's incredibly good.
Right. So I would imagine with a warrior like Mr. Levi, Mr. the Bold here.
We got us a backup weapon, a dagger.
Nice. What magic?
Which we can use to shank the shit out of people.
Are you probably only just going to learn some like healing spells? Is that about the only magic you're going to?
I'll let you decide how we build the character. Just how you think Levi the Bold would react. Now that we have this dagger, we just have to backstab people with it.
Yeah, I feel like this gentleman probably wouldn't learn like any like pyro magic or anything like that.
Is that women magic?
Yeah.
It's like pyromancy for the kitchen.
Oh, Jesus.
My backstab.
I feel like he's the character in like a Dungeons and Dragons type movie who like sees fucking wizards battling it out and he just goes in with like a huge axe.
He just gets mad at the sight of it. He's sitting and watching two guys about to fight, and he's getting hyped. He's not showing it on his face, but he just loves watching people fight. And in the moment one of them shoots a spell, he's immediately so upset.
Yeah.
All right, these people are going to want us to give us Smooth and give them Silky, so we drop these items here. All right, you might have noticed I picked this up. It's hidden in the open area by a waterfall.
Uh-huh.
So let's see what item we get from it. Silky Smooth. All right. A Faint Stone. That lets us enchant weapons with magic.
Yay.
Oh, boy. All right, let's see what we get. I'm hoping we get the Demon's Great Hammer, which we wouldn't have nearly enough strength to wield.
Is it literally you have a chance of getting pretty much anything?
There's a certain pool for every
right, but
tier.
It's a lot of shit.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we get. We might get an old whip. We might get the Chandler's Trident. Petrified Dragonbone. That lets us upgrade boss weapons. So if we ever have a boss weapon, we can upgrade it.
Yay.
I mean, it ain't a bad item.
There could be worse, I guess.
Yeah. We're not going to worry about the area over there. Here's one of the first big changes in this game. So in the original, you would randomly come across enemies and people that were petrified, and you can't get past them until you find an item called the Fragrant Branch of Yore, which looks like a big-ass cinnamon stick. There's only a few of them in the vanilla game, and only one of them is mandatory. In this game, there's a shitload of them, especially at the beginning.
Right.
And it cuts off, like, in the normal vanilla playthrough, you could go through that fog door and access some more stuff. But we won't get a Fragrant Branch of Yore for a while.
So they like added more of those branches, but then they also added more blocked fog doors.
And a lot of them are just, they cut off shortcut paths and stuff you would normally be able to use.
Jesus, that's bright.
So this is a Majula. It's going to be our home away from home.
Is this the first time you see the sun in this game?
It's the first time you can praise it, LOL.
I was going to say, is this the first time you see the sun in a Dark Souls game? But then I remembered that there's an entire fucking character based on the sun.
So we're going to walk off a cliff because there are hidden treasures.
I said, but when you were going to just immediately walk me off a cliff.
You were right.
I think I was...
Got us a Morning Star.
This was either a fever dream I had or I heard you say it. Could be both, I guess. That's badass. It's glowing.
It's just the
reflections.
The glow effect, yeah. There's also some binoculars back here.
Some gas refracted off Jupiter.
Yes. It's a weather balloon. A Dark Souls weather balloon.
But is there a theory that Solaire is Lord Gwyn's son?
Yeah, there's a character you don't actually meet in Dark Souls 1. He's in the lore. He's Gwen, the firstborn of Gwen. And
but he's never named.
Yeah, and he got banished because apparently he lost like some ancient history book or something. And anyway, there's allusions to... there's just things that can make you think it's Solaire, but it's probably not Solaire.
Gotcha.
This guy with a cheese hat, this here Green Bay Packers fan, he sells armor and shit, but we've already got armor.
He also sells cheese.
He does. He holds the power.
So the theory of Solaire being Gwen's son is not widely held? It's just a theory?
It is and can be. You got to ask Vatty Veggie, son. He's the one who decides what we believe.
Is he Australian?
Vatty?
Yeah. Or British? I feel like he's not American.
He's probably not. Nobody on YouTube is fucking American.
That is true.
There's an NPC in here. It's my favorite one in the game. I won't tell you why. The spoilers is a cat.
I thought it was a raccoon at first because it's fucking
Raccoons
huge.
are like cats that walk on their hind legs and wash things with their little hands.
And carry other cats around.
They do sometimes. They suplex cats. I'm just grabbing all the items that I know are in the starting area.
Sure.
If we pray to this stone, we could join the Covenant of Champions. It makes the game harder.
Great.
Which was something you'd think we'd want to do with Levi the Bold, but like I said, this is a standard regulation Dark Souls 2.
Look, he's Levi the Bold, not Levi the fucking ignorant.
Yeah, son. Being bold isn't about, being stupid.
You make bold choices, you don't make dumb choices.
This guy's backstory, he's a blacksmith, and everyone in this town just randomly wandered here because, it's been abandoned for fucking ever.
Yeah.
And he saw this was a smithy, so he set up all of his shit in there, and then when he wasn't around, somebody locked the door and just left with the key.
Damn!
And we're going to meet them before too long. So which is stupid that he's locked out because there's these big-ass windows.
And, the roof is open.
But he's so sad.
He looks like a Ninja Turtle.
Oh, it's because he's hollow. When you turn hollow in this game, you get a green skin.
Oh, so you meet other people who are hollow?
Well, yeah, all the humans in the game are cursed undead, which means when you die, you can't die. You keep coming back as an undead, and once it happens so many times, you lose all your souls and your sanity, and you just become an empty hollow, like all the enemies we see.
Interesting.
This guy's crestfallen.
He looks crestfallen.
He's only in the game because Demon Souls and Dark Souls had a crestfallen guy, so this game is a crestfallen guy.
He's their Onion Knight, basically.
Yeah. Which he is the exact same voice actor, I think, as the crestfallen guy in Dark Souls 1. So
that's cool.
Maybe he's a descendant.
I say he's their Onion Knight, but isn't there also an Onion Knight? Well, in the first one at least.
There's Onion Bro.
In Dark Souls 1?
Yeah. We're going to join... His Covenant, Way of the Blue, is supposed to make it where if a player invades you, another player in this Covenant appears to help fight them, but it doesn't really work. I've never seen it work.
Really?
So the main reason I joined is you get a ring that increases your max HP slightly, so I figured why not.
So joining that is the equivalent of the,
That's how many players have died so far.
Like, how many unique players or just deaths?
That's how many deaths have occurred so far.
So joining his covenant is similar to, the Wayward Stranger or whatever? The guy with the fucking 6-shooter in Fallout?
Yeah.
There's like a 3% chance of him appearing?
Alright, this is the Emerald Herald. We talked to her to level up and shit. She's like the Maiden in Black from Demon Souls. I know that doesn't mean anything to you.
She looks pretty normal.
I hate how much you have to talk to her. Like, she keeps doing all this same text over and over, and it pisses me off. So that's another thing about the game that makes me mad for no reason. She gives us the Estus Flask, which in this game starts with 1 use. I found a fragment over in that well over there that lets you upgrade it. You can upgrade it up to 12 uses, and it refills every time you rest at a bonfire.
It refills to full.
It refills to however many you can have.
Right, so if you had 12 uses, you used all of them, and then sat at a bonfire, it would refill 12?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it works different. In Dark Souls 1, it just starts at 5, and based on the bonfire you rest at and how kindled it is, you can get up to 20 uses out of it. So, how did all these people die right here? Let's find out. What the fuck?
What is happening?
Does that chest become a mimic later or something? I don't understand how they died here.
They all just died in the chest.
I have to assume maybe on New Game Plus that chest turns into a mimic, which is the enemy that disguises itself as a chest.
It's the most terrifying enemy in this game series to me.
It is. So you have seen him from me playing?
Yeah.
He's like, I've seen some shit.
His hairline is like encroaching on his the top of his tattoo.
Yeah, I guess if you put it that high up and make it that big, it cuts it off.
Yeah.
But whatever. He's so bold, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. What was it? Oh, the Estus Flask. So you upgrade it, and when you upgrade it, that makes it, you can use it more times. Is there a way to upgrade it so that it heals you more?
Yeah, it's different than in Dark Souls 1. You have to find sublime bone dust and burn it in the first bonfire that we just rested at.
Oh shit, that's like a... Do you die when you fall down there?
Yeah.
So you can't swim.
Here's one of the first big changes besides that dude. There's an ogre here in this river. He's not here in vanilla. If we stay away from him, he shouldn't aggro us because we're not really strong enough to kill him right now.
Right.
So we're just going to let him do his thing.
You could kill him right now if you got good.
I could kill him with no gear on punching if I was that good at dodging, but it would take a month.
I mean, that's the whole deal with this game, right? Like, you could literally start... I mean, you've done it several fucking times. Like, you get starting stuff and then run to the end game.
That's another thing that makes me mad is they changed the timing on parrying, and I just can't fucking figure it out. It's me getting mad at the game, even though all I had to do was learn it, but it's so different.
Parrying was the reason I quit Dark Souls when I did, because it was just so frustrating.
Right in the dick.
That fucked him up.
He deserved it.
Do you know when the correct time to parry in Bloodborne is? Fucking never.
You spam your guns on it.
Yeah.
That's all you do. Pull that trigger and pray.